thunder, shake the open ground. Won't give in, I'm fighting for the crown. Heavy clouds are way above my head, like all of my regrets and things I never said. No, got a feeling, shiver in my bones. Something's coming, but nobody knows. Angels rage, they come down from the sky to face these broken wings and show me
Right here,
how to fly.
BBG.
I burn the sky. I see the fire in your eyes. I come alive, and I feel like I could spread my wings and
We're so unbelievably back.
Ball bounces. Urban!
Urban!
What a
Urban
shot!
living!
He hits
Oh my
it!
God! Just because.
Oh,
wait, did he get to that? I was about to say.
Other spirits fall, but mine has ceased to be broken. You stripping down my private, I'm my only opponent. And lately I'm but limitless, I've awoken. So let me show you that everything I sacrificed mattered. All that blood, sweat, tears that I scattered.
Double commit on the
All that fake talk, fear that push me to right here, a new chapter.
Alive here. That's the chance. Can he do it again?
Oh my.
Is he gonna get there again? He gets it again. It goes underneath the wall. They need to be defensive. This might be something actually. Never mind. Wait, CRJ! CRJ! Watch it with 2 seconds left.
Here, now, this is the moment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 4 of Dakota Collegiate Rocket League. We are back. We've been, again, as always, we've been putting in the work behind the scenes, putting in a bunch of extra work, getting everything ready to go for Season 4. But tonight, we will be revealing everybody that's pretty much participating. We reached a milestone number, 108 members in Dcrl this season, broke the 100 threshold. It's been absolutely crazy to see. So I'm super excited. But tonight I am joined by my co-caster here, Nuko. Welcome back to the stream, man.
Dude, I am so excited to be back. It's gonna be, this season is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait for the entire stream. It's gonna be so much fun. And I mean, just this draft is with now having 10 teams in B and C. That's so much more streams that are going to happen, and I'm very excited to kick this entire thing off.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I think I'm liking how it's looking. Obviously, K-Tool, it was K-Tool and I's last semester playing, last season. So, fortunately, I have enough time. I'm working a full-time job and stuff where I can come in and stream and still be a part of the community. So, you know, it's easy to say, even without K-Tool, even with everybody else, else being completely prevalent, we're still thriving, we're still growing. And I think that was one of the big questions, right? It's like, what are we gonna do without K-Tool, right? I mean, what are we gonna do? But he's still sticking around, he's still helping out a lot behind the scenes and stuff too. So it's super fun. But yeah, like I said, tonight we are doing the draft reveal. We're gonna start off with Division D, and then we're gonna work all the way up to Division A. I'm not gonna make this thing into a snooze fest, and we're just gonna try and just kind of cut through this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully everything works on my end. We're gonna cut over to this scene. This is where all the magic is going to happen. We are gonna reveal each player one by one, picks 1 through 8. I'm gonna do 1 through 8. Nuko's gonna do 9 through 16, and we're just gonna get straight into this one. So, actually, one more thing before I do say, thank you guys so much for all the subs. Shark drops 20 subs earlier. So many subs coming through right now. So seriously, thank you guys so much for all the support. But we're gonna get right into this one, and First of all, we have all 8 of our captains. We got B Crawford, Ricky LaFour, NTX Slicer, GD Complex, Jumbo Kid, Bean Chalupa, Cure 402, and Lone Isa. So super hype. These are our captains here for Division D. And for anybody that is unaware, it is I don't even know what type of draft you'd want to call it, Nuko, but basically the lowest ranked captain gets the first pick. In this case, it's B Crawford. They go 1 through 8. And then for their second pick, it'll go back to B Crawford again. So it's kind of like a reverse snake. I don't know if you want to call it that, but
yeah, I think it's just gonna be called a reverse snake in this instance.
So that's how it works. So anyways, without further ado, actually I need to get up my my pictures here so that I don't. Okay, without further ado here, the first pick here of Division D of the Division D draft, pick selected by B Crawford, is MJ02. He was the first overall pick. In my opinion, could have easily been a captain. So this team is looking good already with B Crawford. But second pick in Division D by Ricky LaFour is none other than Mr. Miko, who is a returning member here into Dcrl. So Ricky LaFour, he's a character in his own self. I don't know if you guys saw him on LAN, but he's a fun dude. He's definitely going to be a fun captain to have around. Then the third overall pick by MTX Slicer was XLS11. He's a newcomer to the league, actually, so it's been fun to see a lot of these new faces. We're gonna see a lot of them here with, we have 108 members, so we're gonna see a lot of them. And then fourth overall pick from GD Complex, he's another newcomer named with the name Sensory. Then coming from Jumbo Kid, we have a repeat happening, actually. Jumbo Kid and TCV hooked back up. Gonna try and relive Team CTM days. That's what their team was back last season in Season 3. So it's exciting to see those two together again. And then we do have Bean Chalupa as the sixth captain here. And he's gonna go ahead and pick third artifact, or as many of us know him as the real Robo. He was that third member of the Plague last semester. So he is a Div D champion. And he gets selected first here by Bean Chalupa. Then the seventh captain here is another returning member, Cure402. He went ahead and selected Paco as his first pick. And then the last captain of Div D is Lone Isa. He had a record-breaking season last semester. After playoffs and after everything was said and done, I think he ended it in Div D leading in goals per game, shots per game, and then he was also third in shooting percentage. So Lone Isa is going to be one of those standout players here in Div D. And for his first pick, he ended up picking a man by the name Sloop John, who is also his second season in the league. So exciting first round picks here, but I'm going to go ahead and let Nuko talk a little bit more about these other picks.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting because, Div D, there's not a whole lot of differential between all of the DCRL MMRs. I mean, I think seeing just the totals here, we're at I think 10 throughout as we get down to the next second picks here. But I mean, going into this one, B.C. Crawford goes and gets Dr. Bepper for his number 2 pick, and I love this name. It's not spelled either way. Either way, it's not spelled correctly. I love this name. It's perfect. Going into the number 2 pick for Ricky is going to be Ninja Wall 123. I believe this is also one of the newcomers here. I haven't seen this name at all, so this is going to be very interesting to see here. A number 2 pick for MTX Slicer is going to be Freak. And going in for GD Complex, his second pick is Zach H7.
Where is he at? Oh, there he is. Gotta find him.
Jumbo Kid 2's second pick is going to be Warrior 3. And like I said, going into this, the DCRL MMRs are very, very tight here. We see 293, 293, 288. And for those who are new into the whole DCRL scene, the DCRL MMR is better the lower the number is. So as we kind of get down to these last couple of teams here, Bean Chalupa, his second pick is going to be Drewski, 1999. And the second pick for Kier402 is going to be Doshi from DSU, repping the DSU. Absolutely love it.
Yes, sir.
And the last pick for Lone Isa is going to be KM King 99.
Yeah, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be the roster here for Division D. And for anybody that is unaware, it was the amount of teams have changed per division. So last semester it was 4 divisions, and then there was 8 teams per division. Now we have an increased amount of people. So divisions A and D, so kind of the top and bottom, still have that 8 teams, but then we're going to see when we do go down up into Div C and B that both of those divisions have 10 teams each. So an increased amount of teams, which is going to be super interesting to watch. So yeah, as we mentioned before, as Nuko mentioned, the total DCRL MMR. So all these numbers are where we got together as a committee, as a DCRL committee, if you will, and we ranked every single player in DCRL 1 through 108. So if you were number 1, that means we considered you to be the best, player in DCRL. And so the total, if you had a lower amount of DCRL MMR, like Nuko said, theoretically the better, but obviously that means that was up to our discretion. So who knows? We haven't seen a lot of these players play it before, so I mean it's hard to really tell. But yeah, so we are supposed to have a guest joining us here for Division D, but I've been trying to get a hold of him. Our Division D guest, if you're watching the stream, please join a voice call so we can at least get your voice in here, because I don't think you can see our current channel that we're in. So if you're listening, Division D guest, please get in here. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, looks like we got him. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our Division D guest here is one of the captains, Kier402. He's joining us here on stream for the first time, other than like winners interviews maybe. I don't know if you've happened to be on one of those, but... Okay, I didn't mean to like roast you. I was not intentional, but nonetheless, welcome to the stream, Kier. We as a member of Division D, I went ahead and asked a couple of these people if they would go ahead and give some initial way too early predictions. When you're looking at this roster of people, what are you kind of thinking about? What are you seeing here, man?
So first, I'm gonna have to go with B. Crawford.
Okay.
Decent player. I play alongside MJ for USD, so I got to support my fellow Yote.
Gotcha.
Number 2, I feel like Jumbo Kid, another USD player, but he's teaming up with his former teammate, so there's gonna be some chemistry there. And then for third, GD Complex. Great guy. I talked to him quite a bit last season. So yeah, and then Dark Horse, obviously I have to go with myself. I'm back for redemption. Last split didn't go very well. I think I only won 1 game. So yeah.
Well, I definitely respect that. I mean, one of the teams that I had my eye on right away. I mean, I don't know a lot of these players, but I was able to cast a few of these players before, and you said it first, B. Crawford. I think he had a crazy season last semester, and I've seen him improve so much. Like, it was drastically different from the start of the season. So I'm really excited to see him step up into that captain's role, and when he's joined by someone like MJ, who, I mean, I don't know if he should have fallen as low as he should have. He's like I said before, he's good enough to be a captain himself, right? So those two together I think are going to be deadly, but so that's kind of who I have my eye on. So, all right. Well, again, that's all I really wanted to ask you. I wanted like an expert, in the division. So thank you for joining me, Kier, and well, hopefully good luck with your season. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. He gave his way too early predictions there. We don't know what's going to happen. We haven't seen half of these players play before. We've never seen any of these teams play before. So it's going to be, interesting once we do get into week 1 of gameplay. But Nuko, do you have any last things you want to say here?
I do not know. I'm super excited to see how this works out, though.
Yeah, me too. We are going to go to a 3-minute intermission while I get the next guest's captain set up. So again, very short intermission. I'm just, like I said, to get some cameras set up behind the scenes, and we'll be back very shortly, like 3 minutes. So just hang tight for a couple minutes. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back already. We got our Div C guest ready to go. We're waiting. We're gonna wait to reveal it once we reveal everybody. But real quickly here, we do have a bunch of subs of people just dropping subs back and forth. Thank you, Mitch, Tyler AG, K-Tool with a tier 3 sub, and Silk also dropping a sub. Thank you guys so much for all the support as always. I'm gonna try and keep up because there's been so much support coming up from you guys. But anyways, like I said, I'm not gonna try and keep this. I'm not gonna try and bore you guys all to death. So we're just gonna get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Div C draft. We do have 10 teams, as I mentioned before, in Div C. So we have 10 captains. We have Z Nadia, Pendragon, Fan is Legendary, I'm American, Tech 7, It's Frosty Nick, Insomnia, YouTube, shout out to his YouTube, Wannabe MLG, Complex Marksman, and Yellow Dog. So those are our 10 captains here for Div C. So since Yellow Dog was the bottom captain, he did get first pick here. So let me get my image back up. So first pick overall here in Div C, coming from Yellow Dog, is a man that we've seen a couple times before, going by the name of Bweet. Then going for pick number 2 from Complex Marksman, we have a legend in the scene here, ladies and gentlemen, and none other than Tyler AG going second overall here in Division C. And then we have a returner, Wannabe MLG, as the captain here in Division C. A very, I mean, I don't know if many people know him, but he was a very OG guy back in the NDSU tournament days. He makes a return, and for his first overall pick, he picks another well-known person here with Watermelon. So another very prominent member here, been playing a long time in DCRL. So those two together are going to be absolutely crazy. I already know it. Insomnia with the 4th pick, he ended up taking a man by the name of Styles, who was actually on Watermelon's team last semester, and they made it to LAN, and Styles looked very, very good, as well as Insomnia. So, I mean, those two together, I'm really, really excited for. And then it's Frosty Nick stepping up and being a captain this semester, and he picks none other than the race man, Zarch. Makes a return for his 4th season here, gets picked by Frosty Nick. And then another interesting captain here, Tech 7. He had a crazy season last semester. Oh, music's a little loud. My bad. Okay, turned it down. But another interesting guy, Tech 7, with a crazy first season of DCRL, takes another step up here into the captain role. And his first pick overall was another legend, Steve. Absolutely love that guy. He was a Div C captain last semester, but now Tech 7 gets to be his captain, so I'm excited to see those two together. And then I'm American. I think this is his first time ever being a captain. I mean, maybe you can correct me, Americans, but
I believe so. I'm not too sure.
I think it is too. But his first overall pick was a man by the name of the Flying Lemo 19. I think he did make it. I think he was on 3 Rocketeers, who had that crazy Cinderella run last semester, so they made it to LAN as the 8th seed. So I'm American, believing in him. And Fan is Legendary with the 8th pick overall, takes Izord 11. Those two together are going to be absolutely crazy. Pendragon with the 9th overall pick went ahead and selected Majestic Raptor. I think he just goes by Raptor. I think he's from SDSU. And then Z Nadia, for the last pick in the first round here, selected Notorious Beck. So that is our first round here, ladies and gentlemen, of our Div C draft.
Not a bad first round at all. We see a lot of familiar names that we've seen in the past as well. Fan is Legendary has been a captain for quite some time, and now we're seeing some people who have been around in the same area, and Americans now kind of stepping up in more of a captain role, and it's definitely going to be a little bit interesting. We see Tech 7 now and Watermelon getting picked, Tyler AG getting picked in the first couple of rounds there. So definitely very, very nice picks in the first round. And going into the second round here, Yellow Dog going to be picking up Slashing Morphe as his number 2 man. And I'm looking for them. No, you're good.
Slashing Morphe, sorry.
And their total MMR is going to be about 206, which is a little bit more on the high side here in comparison here, but not as high as we get down into a little bit here. But the number 12 bot, Complex Marks, gonna pick up Spoopy Men. I love this name so much. Spoopy Men is probably my favorite name in DCRL, hands down.
Spoopy Man.
Wannabe MLG gonna be picking up another one of someone that we've seen before in recent seasons of DCRL, Mitchy Twitchy, as his second man pick. And Insomnia YouTube is going to be picking up JD Bauer Power, another one from DSU. I have to make sure that I mention that every single time. I'm sponsored to say it. Sorry.
Gotta represent. I'm
sorry. I gotta say it. Frosty Nick is going to be picking up Ieri, another one that we've seen for quite some time. And Tech 7 is going to be picking up Oreo Man. Once again, another familiar name that we've seen kind of in this similar area, which is, very, very nice to see. We love seeing the amount of competition that goes on in this, with the amount of competition that goes on in this entire draft. And then afterwards, American going to be picking up Gray Skull 99 for his second man. And Fan is Legendary going to be picking up Photo Nut as well for his second man. And I believe that this is going to be close to the lowest DCRL MMR that we see in the entirety of Div C, but not quite. I believe we see a little bit of a tie going on later on here. Pendragon going to be picking up Green Guy. And then Xenonia going to be picking up Mountain Dew Fridge as the last pick for Division C. And we see the whole totals here. A little bit of a tie between Tech 7 and Insomnia, but yeah, we also see a little bit of a whole bunch of ties kind of happening around Xenodia and Yellow Dog. There's another tie happening somewhere between the 204s and 206s, 202s. So a very, very tight pick so far.
I agree. I like I said, so many familiar faces here in Div C. I mean, almost every pick I felt like I feel like Div C is pretty much the division of so many returning members. There's only a couple people here that I don't know, which is super cool to see how everybody shuffled around and stuff like that. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are gonna bring on our Division C guest here, who's gonna give us a little bit of insight of what he thinks might happen here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag him in, and then I'm gonna go ahead, bring him up on screen, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome Tyler 8G back to the stream.
Let's go.
After a pretty fun playoff prediction stream from Tyler, he makes his comeback here, and gonna throw out some early predictions. So Tyler, after looking at some of these teams, as a member of Division C, what is your very, very early predictions here? What are some of these teams that you think are going to do good?
I think some teams to look out for is my team.
Yeah, that's it? Just that? Oh my god, bro. Come on. We're not doing that.
I think some good teams. I think some teams to look out for is I'm American's team, Noah. I think his team will do pretty well. Tech 7's team, I think they look pretty good as well. And then third I go actually my team, like seriously.
Okay.
And then Dark Horse, I don't know, it's tough. There's so many teams, so much talent,
Yeah, that's the word. That's the word right there.
Talent. Let's see here. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Fan is the Legendary's team.
Okay.
They got Photo Nut,
the GOAT.
Div D last season, my teammate first season of DCRL as well. And Izord as well. He's a pretty good guy as well. So I think they could show up and do something.
Make something happen.
Yeah.
I will say, according to Complex, I was talking to him last night. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings with a bunch of people, and he's pretty confident in you and his team. And,
yes, we've already played together, and I'd be surprised.
I think Spoopy Man is pretty good. I think we kind of ranked him pretty low. So I mean, I've heard some things.
Possibly.
So
That's all
I
I'm gonna
mean,
say.
again, it's hard to say. It's impossible for us. We don't have enough time to individually look at, you know, all 100 and 108 people, right? So it's really hard. But all right,
Yeah.
that's gonna about do it. Thank you for your very early predictions, Tyler. Thank you for donating some of your time. And with that,
course.
I'm gonna send you off screen. So good luck with your season, man.
Thank you.
All right, that's gonna do it for Division C. Apparently, my music is cooked. I don't know exactly what's happening there. Is it like just too loud, or is it like distorted? I don't even. Anybody know?
We're still a little bit too loud here.
Okay. Well, I lowered it by quite a bit, so hopefully that's good for you guys now. But
Good looks.
anyways, that is gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen, for our Division C draft. So thank you to Tyler for joining us. So he's predicting, you know, his own team. He's predicting I'm American, who, I mean, as you guys can see, made a couple quote unquote reaches in his draft. So it's going to be, you know, interesting to see what he does. And then he also predicted Tech 7, Steve and Oreo Man, to be one of the top teams as well. So again, super interesting stuff. So many familiar faces. It's going to be really fun to see how this one turns out. But Nuko, you have any last words before we go to a quick break for Div B?
I do not know. Other than this, you know, the reach from Americans is a little bit crazy. Just seeing the DCRL MMR differences about, you know, in the 20s almost. And then, you know, like Tyler had mentioned earlier, Phantom's Legendary is going to be a team to look out for as well. At least in my mind, I think Phantom's Legendary is going to be my dark horse of this division for sure.
Yeah, and another one too is, I mean, Z Nadia and Pendragon, the two top captains of this division.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Pendragon play before. I think he hasn't played in quite some time, but I do know that he is quite a good player. So seeing how he can, you know, adapt, and he has Green Guy 900, one of those Div D goats. I mean, he led Division D last semester for the entire semester. So seeing him make that step up is going to be a lot of fun to see too. And then Z Nadia, I do know, has a pretty high rank peak as well. So seeing how those two can step up as unknowns, it's going to be quite fun. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to toss it over once again to like a 3-minute intermission, get some stuff set up behind the scenes, and we'll be right back for Division B. Stay tuned.
Again.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I'll lower the music far enough this time. Hopefully it's good for the entire thing. But we are back for Division B. We're just cooking through these. We're just going to go fast, not waste any time here. So we're just going to keep going through once again. Division B is consisting of 10 teams this semester instead of 8. So the middle two divisions, both bolstering 10 teams apiece. And the captains here in Division B this semester is Perchance, Pumpkin, Weevil, Swamp Donk, Bulb, Swamp Donkey, Cripplify, Bobslinger, Aquatoad, Alley, Scout, and X Dusty. So those are going to be your 10 captains here for Division B. And just based off of all of these captains alone, I can tell you right now that Division B is going to be sweaty. It is going to be one of the most competitive divisions I think we've ever had in DCRL. You know, just with the fact we have 10 teams, and I think the rank disparity between, you know, a lot of these players is very small comparatively to other divisions. So it's going to be super fun to watch, and I'm super excited to see who is able to come out on top of this Division B draft. So once again, so X Dusty was the lowest ranked captain, so he got the first overall pick here in Division B, and he went ahead and selected long time NDSU Rocket League club member, DCRL member, Urban Living. He's the first overall pick. From the second pick, coming from Scout, he picked another very interesting guy to keep an eye on. He was the fastest player in the league in the entire all of divisions. He was the fastest player on paper. I think he had over like 1700, 1750, whatever the units are on average. That was his average. So this guy was absolutely just zooming around the field, yank and boost, all that type of thing. And so Team Scout picks as a first overall Sleepy. So Ali got the third pick here, and for his first overall pick, he picked another longtime DCRL member, and it goes by the name of Mitch. And then Aquatoad, who's a very prevalent member, helps out a lot behind the scenes here. He's a captain for Div B this semester, and he picks one of his best buddies, one of the Churchill boys himself, with Jaden 11. So that's going to be a very interesting one to keep an eye on. You know, they were on
sweaty. It's going to be so many demos.
They were on the C team for NDSU last semester. So seeing how they can carry that chemistry going into this DCRL season is going to be super fun to watch. And then fifth pick overall, coming in from Bob Slinger. He's a newcomer, and I'm very interested to see how he comes in, and he goes by the name of Skay. So I can't remember exactly where he's from, but Bob Slinger, he's been in Division A before. Same with a lot of these guys, Aquatoad, Ali, they've all been in Div A before. Same with Bob Slinger. So seeing how he can pair up with one of these unknown guys who has a lot to prove is going to be fun to watch. So him pairing up with Bob Slinger, it's going to be pretty scary. So then we have Cripplify with the sixth overall pick, and he ended up picking a Division C legend. He's been around a long time, and I think he's hit one of the coolest clips in DCRL history. I think it was like a 10 seconds left flip reset to win either game 7 or game 6. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. And Cripplify picks up Katza as his first overall pick. Was that Division B? Sorry, I thought he was Division C. So he was in Division B before. That is my bad. Thank you for correcting me, Aquatoad. Then the seventh pick, coming in from Swamp Donkey, he picks someone in my opinion who I'm super interested to see how he plays again. He used to be in Division A in Season 1 of DCRL, and he goes by the name of Ibex Shank. I thought you graduated, my guy. So it's gonna be fun to see him back in business, and he's teaming up with Swamp Donkey. So those two together, it's gonna be fun. Gonna be fun to see for sure. We got Weevil, who took a pretty big leap up after last semester. He was on a team with Torps, and he was the first pick by Torps, but he's now taking that captain role here in Division B. And his first overall pick is one of my favorite names ever and longtime Dcrl member, Baba Kanoosh. I mean, you can't get much better than that name, but seeing Weevil and Baba Kanoosh, I know Baba Kanoosh is one of the most consistent players that I've ever seen. So seeing someone like Weevil and Baba, it's going to be fun to watch. And then we have a couple guys that ended up dropping down to Div B from a couple semesters. I mean, it's absolutely crazy to see this name, CRJ Pumpkin, in Division B.
Oh my.
I mean, it seriously just baffles me seeing this happen. But anyways, CRJ Pumpkin, for his first overall pick, ends up picking V-Storm, who is another newcomer to the league. I think he's from DSU, right, Nuko?
Yeah, he's from DSU.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
So I've seen V-Storm play. I know he's also a very good Rocket League player. I mean, he can hang, he can hang very well with a lot of these, even up in Division A, some of those guys. So seeing him team up with CRJ Pumpkin, definitely another scary team coming in. And then for the last pick of the first round here of Div B draft, coming in from Perchance, he selects, let's find him. Easy money. We got another long-time returner. It took a little while for us to get him back. I think he played in season 1 of Dcrl, and again, same with Ibex, makes a return here and gets picked by Perchance. So round 1, there you have it, folks.
Absolutely, very very cool seeing the. I mean, I can't believe that CRJ and Perchance are on this list, to be quite honest with you. We'll get to that in just a little bit here. But moving into the second round pick, the second pick for Dusty is going to be my favorite boy in Division B is Skull. I love this man. Skull. Love his hair. Unfortunately, he had to cut it off. But
I was going to say, what hair?
It got us a lot of views. So I appreciate it. Love the homie. He's my guy. The second round pick for Scout is going to be none other than Rooney.
Yes,
this guy
sir.
has been here for quite some time as well. And then Ali going to be picking, I believe this is a new individual going into Division B, but Hambungus is going to be Ali's second pick. And Hambungus is
That's
awesome.
A name. That's a name.
This. I love this so much.
That is a name. That is a name of the century.
Sorry. Aquatoad for his second pick is going to be, another person from DSU. Sorry, but Omega Blaze going to be picked up by Aquatoad, and that's going to be another interesting team to see for sure. I've played with Omega Blaze for quite some time, and he can definitely. He's played in MLE, he's played in a whole bunch of different leagues, and has been a manager for quite a lot of places. So
Omega Blaze is the Div C MVP. So
absolutely, yeah. So he definitely got bumped up quite a bit here. So very cool to see him in Division B now. Bobslinger for his second pick is going to be Nitrous, and I don't believe that I've seen Nitrous this season yet.
Nope, not yet. He's a newcomer.
Gonna be very very interesting to see these new people kind of sprawl in with all the people that we've seen in the past and see what they've got to offer. Cripplify for his second pick is going to be none other than Ogan 5. We've seen him in very many seasons here, so Ogan going to be picking up his second person here. Very, very nice. And going forward here, Swamp Talkie is going to be picking up another person from DSU. Not to flex. We have a lot of people from DSU. That's crazy. Wow. But Fighting Hamster 3 is going to be picked up by Swamp Donkey. And this is going to be one of the lowest numbered DCRL total MMRs in the entire league for Division B. So definitely a scary team to watch out for. And Weevil is going to be picking up Turtle Sir for his second pick. Another very, very cool person here. And he has not played in any of the seasons. So once again, another new player coming into Division B, which is very nice. CRJ going to be picking up Papa Yappa, my guy.
Yay! Gotta love that guy.
And then finally, the worst person in Division B, obviously. I don't even know why he's here. The worst. Should be in Division C. But Perchance going to be picking up Nemo.
He's talking about Perchance, not Nemo, by the way.
Yeah, I was talking about Perchance, not Nemo. I was making fun of Perchance because if you guys can see on the spreadsheet here, he has a DCR MMR of 22, which is so far up in Division A that he really should not be down here, but it's just so funny to see him down here, and I'm laughing at him get wrecked.
Yeah, there is
But-
definitely a storyline behind that team.
There is
but-
lore. There is
But
lore.
we're not going to go into it on stream publicly. So we're just going to let it. We're just going to let it play out and see what happens.
Fester.
Let it fester. So, yeah. I mean, seriously, so many returning members. I mean, I'm so happy to see some of these season 1 guys come back. With Easy Money, Ibex, some of those guys, Katsa, Ojin. I mean, seriously, a lot of these guys making the comeback to DCRL. So you absolutely love to see it. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to waste any time here. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Division B guest now, and he's going to give us some pretty early predictions here. All right, welcome, Division B guest, Bob Slinger himself. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, man?
Good. How's it doing?
Pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. How are you feeling here about this Division B draft, man? Do you got any insight to what we might see here? Because honestly, so many of these teams look so good.
Yeah, I think this season is going to be pretty interesting, especially with like Perchance and CRJ Pumpkin kind of dropping down to Div B. Because I think, if I'm not wrong, Pumpkin was #1 overall 2 seasons in a row for Div A.
He was.
So that'll kind of throw a wrench in the works.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried, obviously, because I was on Pumpkin's team, so I know how to get in his head, whatnot. My first season.
Tie his
okay.
shoes together. Simple.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think Pumpkin's team definitely one of the top teams to look out for. Swamp Donkey's team, obviously Swamp Donkey's a good player, been in Div A before. Another team to look out for. Obviously his team's got a low MMR. And then I'm also worried about Dusty's team, because you got 2 pretty much Div B captains on that team, essentially.
Yep.
Urban Living, good player, and then Skull as well. So those are, I think, my top 3 kind of ones to worry about. And then as far as like dark horse picks, I'd say Ali's team. Ali's was a Div A player, I believe. He was on. He made it to LAN.
He did. He was on Rat Pack in Division B.
Okay.
And
That's
then
right.
he couldn't make it to LAN, unfortunately, but Shavin stepped in his place and they won the whole thing. So, I mean, I agree with you on that dark horse pick, 100%.
Yeah, and I know he didn't play in the league last semester.
Yep, took a break.
Still a good player, so I think that team will be a good one to look out for. And then obviously I gotta talk about my team, right?
Yeah.
Two new players to DCRL, so I think those two, my team will obviously be I think we'll have some tricks up our sleeve. So
Do you have any hidden information on the Skay guy that you picked first, or is it just kind of a vibe thing?
I figured, I looked at his tracker, looked good. He peaked 1500. So that's higher than me. So if I'm upstaged by one of my teammates again, 2 seasons back to back, I'm not too worried about that. So
Yeah.
as long as I got some good players. So I've played with them a couple times, so I'm feeling good.
Well, sweet. Thank you very much for joining us, for giving us a little bit of insight right at the end of this draft. So I don't got anything else for you. So good luck with your season, man. I'm excited to watch you play.
Sweet, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Bob Slinger, for joining us here. And I mean, he made some very good points. I mean, couple team. Obviously, you got to watch out for CRJ Pumpkin, right? I mean, and Perchance, both of those guys combined. I mean, easily could have went Division A. Some could argue that they should have been. It goes back and forth. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on those 2 guys. And like he said, Swamp Donkey's team looks pretty good. I mean, I'm super excited to see Ibex come back. He was on a team with, I think, Greek Avenger in season 1. And they I think they got a slow start to the season, but they ended up working their way back. And I think they almost made land. So I'm super excited to see those guys. One team that we haven't really talked too much about is Aquatoad's team. I mean, like we said, we mentioned it a little bit with Jaden as his second man, and then Omega Blaze, who I think in my opinion, when he warmed up, maybe a little bit of inconsistencies throughout the season, but when Omega Blaze warmed up in a series, he was so good. I mean, he seriously put his team on his back in multiple different scenarios. I was watching back some of the LAN VODs and, sifting through a bunch of the goals, and I'd go goal per goal, goal by goal throughout the series, and it would just be Omega Blaze, Omega Blaze, Omega Blaze. And, I mean, this guy just popped off on LAN, and I think he 100% deserves to be up here in Div B. So I'm super excited to see that team play as well. But anyways, Nuko, you have any last words before we do send it over for Div A?
Nothing new, but I'm still looking at Perchance and CRJ. For anyone that's new to the whole scene, these two are both from South Dakota School of Mines, and they are both on the varsity squad for South Dakota School of Mines, and it's just so weird. It's so weird to see them both here, and it's definitely going to be interesting. Cooper actually, he went for a little bit of a reach going in for his third pick, picking Nemo there, but. I'm super excited to see. I think that my dark horse is also going to be Ali's 100%. That Ali's was absolutely crazy last time that he played. I don't believe he played last semester, but the 2 semesters ago.
Yep.
And he picked somebody new, picking up Hambungus here. But I'm very excited to see how they kind of mesh together. For sure.
You just wanted to say his name again.
Absolutely. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, two more teams here that I'll shout out real quick is X Dusty's team. Urban Living dropped unbelievably low in this draft. He is one of those guys that has been in Division A multiple times, and last semester he was a Div B captain, and this time he's not even a captain in Div B. So he ended up dropping way lower than, in my opinion, he should have been, and X Dusty picks him up. And so to have, someone that was formerly Div A be your first pick, that is a steal. I mean, X Dusty definitely has a very good team, combining with Skull, who I know has been grinding the mechs and stuff like that too. So he's a very solid, third man to have on your team.
Skull recently got a desktop, so now he's pretty cooked. He's going to be cooking now.
That is very true. And then last one before we do head out is Weevil's team. I mean, Weevil has been showing an insane amount of improvement just from last season alone. I mean, he's been grinding 6-mans, and I do know that a lot of people had Weevil's stock be pretty high, and I have some inside information that there was a couple Division A captains who were pretty close to picking him too. So I do. So I mean, Weevil is another guy to keep your eye on. So if he can consistently play at this higher level that we've been seeing him play at, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Compared, pairing him up with Baba Kanoosh and then Turtlesler, who we've never seen play before. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited to see how the Division B turns out. Again, I'm going to say it again. In my opinion, one of the most competitive divisions we might ever have in DCRL.
Absolutely.
So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead. One more maybe potentially 2 more intermissions, but we're going to go to an intermission. Go to the Div A draft, you get that set up, and we'll reveal the final division of DCRL Season 4. So stay tuned.
Never scared, yeah. And the sky went dark. We used our hearts to guide us. You showed me you care, and I remember. Yeah, I remember. No, but I remember we threw our fists in the air singing. I remember when we were kids, never scared, yeah. And the sky went dark, we used our hearts to guide us. You showed me you care, and I remember. Yeah, I remember.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the last division here to reveal is none other than Division A, the highest level of gameplay in all of DCRL. And as we mentioned before, Division A and Division D both only have 8 teams, so there's 8 captains here for Division A. So just going down the list here, first of all, first overall in all of DCRL, we ranked him high, is none other than Remzik. Obviously, cracked out of his mind. We've seen it time and time again, and we've only had 4 seasons, but he is, as of right now, the only person to win back-to-back championships in Division A, in any division for that matter. So so obviously he deserves that spot up there at number 1. Coming in at number 2, it was looking like he might not play this semester, but we ended up getting him back in, and is none other than Stewie, who is a long time member, well respected, made quite a good name for himself here in our community. So very excited to have him back. And then coming in at the third guy here is none other than Marty, who is, I think he's played. Did he? I don't know if he played season 1. I don't really know. I can't.
He's only played 2 seasons.
Okay, so
I don't remember which ones. I'm honestly just everything's just like the whole thing that he's played.
Yeah, I don't think he played season 1. So I think he started in season 2 and season 3. And Marty made it all the way to the grand finals last semester. So he's looking for some redemption here. And then I love to see this name on this sheet right now. Coming in at 4th is Heat Assassin. We finally persuaded this guy to play.
Yes.
He's been around for, again, another one of those guys that has been around for a very long time. And he's a very good Rocket League player. So I'm so happy to see him be a captain and be in DCRL. And then coming in at 5th is Pre-Meat House. Or his actual name is Prometheus, but we're gonna call him Pre.
I think it's Pre-Meat House.
Oh, okay, Pre-Meat House. Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
He's from DSU, so I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Pre-Meat House.
So he is gonna be our 5th captain here. He was a captain last semester. And then coming in at 6th, we have P Money, who had an insane season with his brother. Platkilla and Boppet, and with the Dawn. So he had a very good season last semester, so he's looking to run it back. And then coming in at 7th, we do have Parker, who is going to be the 3rd member of the NDSU Rocket League varsity squad this semester, so a very solid player. And then coming in at the 8th captain spot here is a very much newcomer, Garrett P, who is I don't know if that's a play on ironic name, Garrett G, who is a very well-known Rocket League pro.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. Or maybe it is Garrett. Maybe it is Garrett G, for all we know. I mean, we'll find out, right? I mean, we'll find out sooner or later. So super excited to have him. I know he's a freshman over at UND. So glad to have him around. This captain, I mean, there's been a little bit of rank disparity between, Remzik, the number 1 spot, and then the lowest captain in Div A, but that just got a lot smaller this semester, and I'm super excited to see how Div A rolls out. I think we're looking at a very competitive season of Div A. So anyways, we're gonna get this one under the way here. And so Garrett P was the lowest ranked captain, so he got the first pick. And for the first pick of Division A, Garrett P did select Greek Avenger. So Greek Avenger goes first overall here and in Division A. So super excited to see that team. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then the second overall pick here coming in from Parker, he selected Overtime Jesus. Seeing those 2 guys together, that is a disgusting team right there. This pick coming in from P Money might not surprise a lot of people. So the 3rd overall pick here in Division A is none other than Platkilla. So P Money running it back with his brother Platkilla for actually, I mean, technically it's only the 2nd season, but I do know that when they play Rocket League, it is pretty much just with each other. So P Money picking up Platkilla, who are the brothers once again. Pre-Meat House Prometheus picks up a very good Rocket League player, who ended up getting slept on for a couple picks here, is none other than Z-Wales, who historically Z-Wales has been a captain in Division A.
He's the 9th pick here.
Yep, and he's I think he's been a captain in Division A every single DCRL season, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not season 1, but he's been around for a very long time, and he's been a Div A captain multiple times. This is the first semester where he's not. And so Prometheus does pick him up. That is looking like a very scary team. And then Heat Assassin with pick number 5, picking up someone who performed pretty well last semester, very mechy, is Ecrux as his first overall pick. So seeing those two guys together, Heat, historically, maybe he's a changed man, is a very defensive player, and he's very good at it. And I do know Ecrux has, he's pretty mechy with it, so maybe he can kind of be that offensive weapon for this team. Coming in at pick number 6 from Marty, another longtime member. He's coming from MSUM, and Marty selects Grant as the 6th overall pick here in Div A. And then Stewie picks up. I absolutely love to see this duo. I love to see this duo once again. I mean, they made it work once. Why can't they make it, work once again? And so Stewie, for his first overall pick, picks up Painted Harp. They run it back from Steve's Gators when they won it in the first season of DCRL. So it's going to be super fun to see that one roll out again. And then Remzik, for his first overall pick, throwing it, going back again, and picks up Shavin again, once again. So it was me, Remzik, and Shavin last semester. So Remzik picks up Shavin once again, and it's going to be super fun to see, who replaces me on that team. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of reoccurring teams here that are kind of happening. Stewie and Painted Harp. We see P-Money and Placula, of course, and it's definitely gonna be Remzik and Shavin. It's definitely seeming to be a little bit of almost a remake, but with a couple of extra third mans kind of being thrown around. But getting into the second round pick here, Garrett P obviously being able to pick first here. I know Torps, you were trying to hide yourself for so long, but Torps, you were the second man picked by Garrett P in Div A, and I'm sorry that you tried to hide yourself for so long there. I really was trying to hold on to your secret, but couldn't do it for too long. And Parker going ahead and picking up Togs for his second round pick, and this is going to be a pretty scary team because Parker and OTJ with Togs. Oh my gosh.
That's scary.
There's so many teams here that are just nail biting, and I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat for the entirety of every stream. It's gonna be so much fun. Yep. P-Money for P-Money for his third pick is actually going to be none other than Bop It, which is a perfect rendition of the Dons. So I'm really hoping that they do something along with their name and logo being a play on with the Dons again. I'm really hoping for that. Absolutely. Prometheus gonna be picking up Kicker, or formerly known as Tornadoes. And I believe that's 2 key people from UND on his team. So that's going to be a little bit of a dynamic there for his team.
USD, I think?
Yeah, USD, sorry.
USD, yep.
USD, sorry. Yep. And that's going to be very interesting to see. Prometheus is a solid GC2, maybe GC3 player. And so picking up those 2 guys that have been playing with each other for quite some time is definitely going to be some crazy, crazy mechs that are going out for that. Heat Assassin picking up Blasky for his third round pick, and I'm probably gonna already call them as my dark horse heroes right here, because Heat Assassin, just now getting into DCRL. He's been playing in NDSU for quite some time, and thank God that you guys finally got him onto DCRL. And Ecrux, being as mechy as he is, Blasky is going to play such a perfect support and third man back character. He's going to be getting demos, getting bumps, getting great passes off. It's going to be so much fun to watch this team play. I'm definitely banking on this team making land for sure. And Marty, Marty for his third pick. Marty for, sorry, I'm really trying to keep composed here, but Marty went for a little bit of a reach here on his third pick, and he picked Aquamaniac for his second. And the reason that this is just such a reach is because Aquamaniac is right now at 40 for DCR MMR, and it's definitely going to be a rise to the challenge for Aquamaniac, and I'm super excited to see him perform in Division A and see how he. The first couple of weeks are definitely going to be a little bit rough for him. Absolutely, super tough. I just because the difference between Division A and Division B is huge. I mean, Remzik has been, in the 1600 MMRs for quite some time, and so when you're going up against that, it's going to be really, really hard to transition super fast. But as the weeks go on, I definitely imagine that this team kind of figures it out and gets some mechs under their belt and kind of figures it out. So I'm really excited to see this team play. But Stewie, for his 3rd round pick, is going to be picking up Aspect, and he actually, interestingly enough, Stewie picked Painted Heart before he picked Aspect, and Aspect is just a little bit lower in terms of DCRL MMR than Painted Harp is. So their team is definitely a little bit interesting in that respect, but I'm very, very excited to see them play for sure. Aspect is a very, very respectful player. I love watching them play. And then for the very last pick of the entirety of this draft, Remzik is going to pick up Leffy. And that's going to be a very, very similar instance as well, where, we see, Remzik and Shavin are just going to pop off, and Leffy is going to play such a great supporting role with passes and saves and bumps, demos, what have you. It's going to be super fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree. Some of these teams looking so deadly. I mean, obviously the first one of the huge question marks, I guess, of this Division A draft is obviously Aquamaniac with Marty, right? I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit. One thing I will say is Aquamaniac and Marty are on the University of Jamestown varsity team together, and they are used to. I mean, Aquamaniac, he knows how to hang with the big dogs. He might not be the highest rank himself individually, but Marty has. I mean, him and Marty have went through a lot of coaching, a lot of that stuff together, and I think Marty's just very confident in Aquamaniac, knows how he plays, knows him in and out, and I think he kind of views Aquamaniac as one of the most confident and just. I mean, he just knows how he plays in and out. So it's a play style match thing, I think, for Marty. There might have been a couple better picks that he could have picked over Aquamaniac in terms of mechanical skill and stuff like that, but I think he's confident in what Aquamaniac can do, hence why he reached for him. So like you said, I'm super excited to see how they fit together. I think Marty has something in plan, but anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me make sure that we're good to go. Looks like we are. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in our Division A guest here to give us some input here on this Division A draft. So I'm gonna drag him in, and I'm gonna go ahead and welcome in the GOAT, Shavin himself, making an appearance here on stream. And welcome. I don't think you've ever really, other than the Connect 4 on LAN, I don't think you've really gotten a opportunity like this. So welcome to the stream, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's good to be here. Yeah, I'm usually not on these streams, but I'm excited to be here, if you can't tell.
Yes, sir. All right, give us a little bit of insight, man. Give us, what are some things you see here in this Division A draft?
Yeah, well, the first one I want to point out, I want to go straight to the dark horse. Just mix it up a little. I think this team's really good. Their DCRL MMR is pretty low, but it's Prometheus's team. I think that they're going to do pretty well. I think they haven't had success in DCRL like individually, but their ceiling is going to be super high. I think that team's just going to be scary if they have boost and the ball. So I think it's just kind of game over if they can just have those two things the entire game. But nah, I'm pretty high on them. I think they're going to do good.
100%, I agree.
For my top three, this isn't in any order. Just the top three teams that I was looking at. Obviously, Stewie's team is going to be good. Stewie's teams are always good, and he is painted. So the last time they played, they went crazy.
We know what happened. We know what happened.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I think their team is going to be very just solid, and I don't know how people are really going to score on them, except me. I know how to score. I think second team, Garrett P's team, very, very good. I didn't know how good Garrett was. I was talking to his teammate Greek, and they apparently are dominating scrims and stuff. So I think their team's going to be gross. I'm excited to see how good Torps does in Div A. He has a lot of mechanical ability, so I'm hoping they do good. And then the third team, it's kind of out there. but I think Marty's team is. No, I'm kidding. It's gonna be Remzik's team, which is me, obviously, with Leffy. We ran it back. We're running back. Me and Remzik, the dynamic duo. You know, Stewie and painted, but upgraded. You know, the defending champions, and we have Luffy. Luffy's the GOAT. I love that guy. So I think we're just gonna stomp, and yeah, I think it's just wraps at this point.
I was gonna say like
sub 30 DCRL MMR. So
yeah,
that's
we
very
both
impressive picks.
Dropped a little bit, but yeah.
I was gonna say
I'm
like
excited.
we let the number one, we let literally one of the best players we've ever seen in DCRL have literally the lowest DCRL MMR. Like people like Division A was just all over the place, so it's really fun to see that. But yeah, I mean, you commented it already too. I mean, we have to comment it. Maybe a little bit of bias here because obviously both you and I were on the team that won last semester. But I view myself. I mean, I view Leffy being ways. I mean, seriously, so far ahead of me in terms of skill and rank. So to see the team that won it all last semester get literally an upgrade, that's scary. That is very scary to me. And I mean, seriously, it's going to be so fun to watch that. But I mean, one of the other things you did mention was Prometheus's team, right? It was Z Wells, who was, you know, a former captain in every single semester, and then Kicker, who's kind of an unknown. He's played before, but apparently he has a pretty high ceiling. So I mean, I think you highlighted it perfectly. One more question for you is, where do you see the Dons going? I mean, they were the same team, you know, last semester, and arguably this semester it's a little bit more competitive, in my opinion, at least. I mean, what are they going to look like in this semester?
Yeah, I like the Dons as a team. I think they have a really good structure. I do think this season is definitely a lot more competitive. I think they're going to struggle a bit more towards the start, but I think they'll be fine. I could definitely see them making land, maybe not through the uppers. There's a couple stacked teams, but I think they could make land. They just have to keep their consistency pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
and
out of
Platkilla needs to learn how to half flip.
Yeah, that is true.
That's probably the biggest factor.
Dude, imagine Platkilla learns how to half flip. I mean, how good is that team gonna be after that?
It's
I mean,
over.
It's over. It's seriously over. But all right, Gavin, Shavin, thank you for your expertise here. So thank you for joining me. I'm gonna send you off screen, and good luck with your season, my guy. All right. Well, there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. There he goes, stone cold as ever. I mean, seriously, just doesn't get much better than that guy. But I mean, I think he highlighted a lot of good points here. I mean, I already said it once. Remzik runs it back with Shavin, gets Leffy as an upgrade to his team. I mean, I'm talking down to myself, but seriously, Leffy is such a good Rocket League player, and you know, to see him go as the third man on that team is super scary. Stewie Painted Harp, another duo that we've seen many times, or at least one time. That's going to be super freaking scary. I'm genuinely concerned about that team. One team we haven't talked about yet is Heat Assassin's team, picking up Ecrux and Blasky. I think kind of the two dark horses in my mind are Heat Assassin and Prometheus. Those two guys, I think they're one of the bigger question marks of this Division A team. So it's going to be super fun to watch that. And then lastly, Parker and OTJ. Seriously combining up again. That team, yeah, chef's kiss, honestly. Like, seriously, that team looks so good on paper. OTJ, such a high ceiling. Parker plays out of his mind all the time, and then, you know, joined by Togs, who he can play a lot of playstyles, I think. I mean, we've seen him be that demo guy. We've seen him be, you know, in a lot of different spots, in a lot of different positions. So it's gonna be that team is also gonna be very scary. But all right, Nuko, do you have any last words here before we go to one last intermission? We have one more special guest coming on.
I do not, other than Slade Hunt 1. Thank you for the sub for 31 months. Oh my gosh. And then as well as Greek Avenger for 13 months. Appreciate you guys so much. You guys mean the world. Mwah.
Yeah, I mean, both of those guys, Slade and Greek, it's so fun to see those two names still around. Slade, he was the, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Slade was pretty much the originator of NDSU Rocket League. I'm pretty sure he was the first overall president ever. So honestly, what we have now is largely due to that man right there. So again, Nuko said it one time, thank you for the subscription, my guy. Good to see you around, and obviously from Greek too. But okay, with that said, we have one more very special guest joining us to end off the stream. So we're going to go to one more intermission, and then we're going to be joined by one last special guest, and then we'll end off the stream and get ready for the regular season. So stick around for about 3 more minutes, and we'll be right back.
Hoorah.
Chasing colors after dark in your heart. I believe in you the way you pull me in. Can't pretend we're a work of art. After dark in your heart, I believe in you the way you pull me in. Can't pretend I'll be chasing colors.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have one final guest joining us here for this stream. I'm super excited to have him back. He technically it was his last semester, last semester, but he couldn't stay away long enough. So I'm gonna go ahead, bring on the one, the only K-Tool back onto the stream. Welcome aboard, my guy. I'm glad to have you back.
Hello. Bro says I graduated, I guess.
As if I
you
did
also graduated. Literally, we're doing the same thing, all right? You and I couldn't stay away for more than a day, all right? Get out of here.
No. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, welcome back. We're gonna be doing we have some hot takes by K-Tool. That's gonna be the last segment of this stream. We have he's listed all of the teams, all the captains. So he's gonna rank them. There are gonna be some hot takes here and there, but he's just gonna quickly go through, and this is how we're gonna end off our stream. So go ahead and
you
start
can call it a hot take all you want. It's the script. I'm just saying. So I appreciate everyone coming out to see the draft. It doesn't matter. It's already set in stone. So
true.
I mean,
yeah,
let's be honest. My prediction the last 2 seasons definitely proves my script goes well. But regardless, yeah, no, these are already in order. He talked about all the captains. We've got DCBA, all these in order. Who's winning LAN. So you guys, if you don't want to play this season, I get it. It's already done. But I'll go through this real quickly. In the 3rd spot for Div D8, we've got the new guy MTX Slicer, who picked up some new guys in XLS 11 and Freak. My God, what names, first of all. Honestly, I always look at the ranks and I'm kind of surprised that LS, we'll just call him, didn't get picked earlier. So I think they're going to be very well this season. But Loniza, again, I don't know how the hell he honestly didn't get picked in Div C. So him not getting a spot in Div C is just a crime. So yeah, getting dropped down to Div D, I think he's just going to run it and have fun with it. And same with Sloop John, did very, very well. Then they pick up a new guy, KM King 99, who I think is gonna be a great 3rd. And then Bean Chalupa. Like, did you guys not see LAN last season? Literally, my boy was actually 1v3 and winning. Like, dude did so well. He picks up the winner in Real Robo, or 3rd Artifact, who literally won last season. And then they get a new guy, Drewski. Like, you guys are crazy. Like, they are gonna dominate in Div D here.
Yeah, I have to agree. But again, these are going to be K-Tool's hot takes. So again, we're just gonna let K-Tool cook for a little bit here, or the script. Maybe we'll call it the K-Tool script. That's what it really is. But all right, Div C on the screen now.
All right, Div C. So coming in 3rd. So it's kind of interesting because Pendragon is a name that has been around for a while, but hasn't been able to like play in Dcrl. And again, he is someone who's been very good in the past. And so you get him, you get Majestic Raptor, who's on SDSU's team, and you get Green Guy, who again won last season in Div D, is getting bumped up to Div C. This team's going to be nasty. And then you got Complex Marksman, right? I went back and forth between Insomnia and Complex Marksman on who was going to take #1, but Complex, who we already know is insanely good, was one of the best, if not the highest scoring, I think, in all of Div C last season. Then you get Tyler, who can either be the best player or the worst. So if you can get a popping off Tyler, that team is disgusting. And then you get Spoopy Man, who is just a great name in general. So people with great names, they do well. This is how that works. But Insomnia, #1, right? Who did very well. You got Styles, who did very well. And then also JD Bauer, who won Div C again. Like
as a sub.
As a sub, they're tied for the lowest Dcrl MMR. I think Insomnia's team is going to do very, very well. But I will say, Complex and Insomnia, I struggled between 1 and 2. But I got faith in JD Bauer to run it back and go 2 for 2.
One thing to say about this one. You got American at the bottom, bro. You're gonna explain that? Why is Americans at the bottom here?
Okay. You know, okay. Here's the thing. No matter someone's got to go on the bottom, right? No matter who I put on the bottom, someone's gonna. Because if I put Wannabe in the bottom, you're gonna say the same thing for Wannabe, okay? And but no, with Americans, Grayscale, Flying Lemon, I was just looking at it and just like, dang, there is a drastically large gap between their DCRL MMR and the next person. It's about 15 is the difference between them and the next in Wannabe's team. So I'm just looking at that and just like, I think they're going to struggle. But yeah, if they surprise me, all the best for them.
People in chat were saying that American did maybe go for a little bit of a reach there. So
we'll see. I mean, time's going to tell with that one, right? I mean, we're going to shortly find out very soon. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and toss it up. Div B now on the screen.
All right, Div B's a fun one, right? So first of all, the fact that CRJ Pumpkin, who again I have third, it's crazy that he goes to Div B. But you know what? This is what happens when you don't play the game at all. So you know, it's his own. Yeah. Oh, he was the first to say, bro, his hours are so low right now.
Yeah,
but,
he's busy.
He is busy. He's busy doing a lot of stuff. And for once, it's not doing the graphics for Dcrl because my dude spent so many hours making the logo, making the like, Octane design. Everything you guys see, half of it was made by CRJ. So boy, went crazy. But him picking up V-Storm, who's been really impressive for me, doing a lot of 6-man stuff. And then Papa Yappa, who is just consistently made land the last 2 seasons, I believe, in his division. So getting bumped up to Div B this time, he's been putting in the work. And it was really funny. I remember last season on LAN, he went up and hit some crazy aerial shot. And we're just like, Yappa, you hit those? Like, oh yeah, I hit those now. I'm like, all right, respect, I guess. And then bumping up to Swamp Donkey. Last season, he even admitted he kind of reached for a little bit. He wanted to play with some friends a bit and took definitely a big chance on his teammate. And so they just definitely struggled. But obviously, he was one of the most outstanding players for Div B. So then to get someone who has been proven in Ibex, who used to play with Greek in original season, he did very well. And fighting Hamster, who again, kind of like V-Storm, has been thrown onto the scene and doing some 6-man stuff has been very impressive. I think Eric or Swamp Donkey now to be able to do all the ground plays and flicks and now to have the support and the aerial attacks from his 2 teammates, I think they're going to do very well.
Yep.
And then you got Alice, right? Who Asterisk already won season 1, right? Obviously he was not able to be there and had to have a sub win, which is where Shavin got his Mickey win. But Ali coming back and he's very, very mechy. And then you got Mitch, who has been putting in the work. My dude has been grinding this game. And I think we almost argue was most improved from last season. Dude's been putting in the work. And then Hambungus, bro, I playing 6-mans with him, and some people have said it as well. He has been really surprising and has been very, very good. So I got Ali's team taking this one, and he'll get his actual, first Dcrl win here.
Gotcha. All right, last one, Div A. What do you got here, man?
Bro, the amount of flack I got for this, all right? I know people, I'm looking at you guys in chat right now, or looking at you guys in the VC, they're saying, oh, Kate's so stupid. These are so stupid picks. He doesn't know, he's a moron. It's like, yeah, okay, I get it. It's a hot take, right? Chill. So, but looking at this though, yeah, top 3, right? You got Heat Assassin, right? And he ended up picking up my old teammate, Ecrux, who they did very, very well last season. Obviously, Ecrux, OGJ, and I. We'll never make LAN, but no, that's fine. That's what they can do without me. And then Blasky, who just got second. Blasky is no stranger to LAN. He's crazy good and has been extremely consistent. Ecrux, who was on Xbox, but has been playing a lot of PC, so he's getting the better latency and just able to play more. He's been on JV playing again. And then you got Heat Assassin, who is just so annoying to play against. You guys haven't played against Heat. The ball's not going in the net. It's going in yours. You don't know why. It just does. So I think they're going to do very well. And then look at Parker's team. And I heard you guys kind of mention it earlier. But Parker and OTJ on a team, I think, is going to be crazy, crazy good. And then Togs obviously did very, very well with the Dragons last season. OTJ did very well. And Parker, I think with that supporting cast, is going to be very well. OTJ and Parker, dude, they're going to go crazy on offense. And then number 1, Garrett P, dude. It's kind of funny because I had them as my number 1 team, and then Greek was glazing his teammates to me. Dude, just like 20 DMs telling me how good everyone was. And it's funny because I ranked them number 1 literally before he told me all of this. And obviously Torps, he just won Div B, was, MVP, did amazing. And then Greek being as consistent as he was last season with like 2 hours past 2. Now he's actually going to play the game.
Oh.
And then you get Garrett P, who's already been proven to be really, really good. I think they're going to take it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good take. I mean, Garrett P, he's one of those like very mystery, like I don't know if many like people have seen him play. Has he played in 6-mans or anything like that yet? I don't really know, but anyways, we have some funny donations coming in K-Tool. I don't know if you can hear them or not.
Tool as usual.
But we have K-Tool's father donating a couple things here. One of them said, "Worst takes of all time as usual. 0-time LAN qualifier." And then K-Tool's father also just donated again and said, "L-Tool as usual. Go to bed."
That's all right.
I wonder who's behind that one.
It's hard to say. It's actually me. Hot take.
All right. Well, K-Tool, the stream has been going on for quite a long time, so thank you so much for coming in, giving us the script for the season, right? I mean, we'll keep these images around, right? We'll see how accurate they are by the end. It'll be funny. I hope it's the exact opposite. You know how funny that would be? That would be so funny. But all right, K-Tool, I think Nuko and I are going to go ahead and send this stream off. So again, thank you so much for joining us at the last bit here, and then we're going to go ahead and end it off. So thanks again.
And just for you guys real quick, I'll post in announcements my little script. I won't like add anyone, but just to keep it out there for the world. You guys can go look at it and then roast me later for being dumb. Either way, appreciate you guys doing the draft stream.
Yeah, of course. Thanks again, K-Tool.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a stream. I mean, honestly, I think I've done one before, and I can say that this one was a lot better. I mean, a lot more streamlined, a lot more I mean, I don't know. I like the format. It makes it a little bit more intense and stuff like that. So, Nuko, thank you so much for being, my co-host and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Super, very much appreciate it. Hopefully we see a lot of Nuko's face. He's going to be streaming quite a bit, and a couple other new guys. I do know that the first stream for the regular season, we're gonna have an interesting duo. I can say that right now. So make sure you guys have notifications on and stuff like that next week when we do have our first stream, whenever that is. Couple things I will say for the people watching: if you're a player, make sure you guys are obviously creating group chats, stuff like that with your teams. And first and foremost, make sure you start discussing team names and logos. I should have sent all of the captains an individual message for the link to submit your logos to, and all the rules that go around, what your team name and all that type of stuff can be. So please get those in. The deadline is technically Sunday, but to save us on the back end, please get those in as soon as possible. I'm trying to think what else. Shout out to Ogs in the chat. I mean, he's been doing a great job with all the Sixers and stuff. So if anyone here doesn't know, we do run, we run some like in-house 6-mans. And we have a little bot that kind of ties into that. And you have your own little like Dcrl MMR. So it's kind of fun to get some practice outside of, just regular ranked Rocket League and stuff like that. So there's that. Let's see what else. Obviously, next week is the first, regular season week of Dcrl. So after the stream, we're gonna try and get the spreadsheets out as soon as possible, and then you're gonna be able to view. You're gonna be able to view your schedule. So you're gonna be able to communicate with your week 1 captains and get your games figured out. So next week is week number 1. That is when your first games will be played. So make sure you guys are staying on top of that. Yeah, that's all I can think of for announcements and stuff like that. So thank you guys as always for supporting so many, subscriptions, so many donations. I mean, I don't know who K-Tool's father is, but huge shout out to you for the, the donation of a couple dollars. Seriously, we love the support as always. It seriously can't be done without all of your guys' support. So, Nuko, any last words here before we do send this one off?
I do not. I just want to give a little bit more advice towards, the names and logos. If you guys are struggling in picking up names and logos, specifically logos, ChatGPT is going to be your best friend for logos. I've seen a couple people just have some like crazy PNGs of just, I mean, Perfect Circle. I don't know if you guys have seen last semester, but somebody had a team name as Perfect Circle, and then the absolute worst circle you can ever imagine as their logo. It was awesome. And so, just get creative. It's very, very fun. It can be the, it can be a very, very fun time. And if you guys are struggling, ChatGPT can be a very, very cool and useful tool for you guys to use as well. And, I'm very excited and very, very, very excited to see what you guys come up with.
100%. I mean, like you said, it can be as little or as much effort as you want. We've had a couple people, literally hire people to make a logo for them. And then, like you said, we've had people literally go into MS Paint, just draw a stupid circle. That's their logo, right? So it can be anything. We pretty much accept anything. It just has to be appropriate. That's pretty much the only thing. So, okay. That's all I have for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Hopefully you guys, are excited, obviously, for the, 4th season of Dcrl. I mean, I sure am. I'm not going to be playing, but I'm going to have a lot of fun watching from behind the scenes, from behind my screen on OBS. You know, I'm going to be streaming quite a bit, stuff like that. So I'm super, super excited. So just everybody make sure you're staying on top of scheduling, all that type of stuff. We do have a Dcrl bot in development that's pretty close to being released, so stay tuned in announcements for that. It's going to make everybody's lives quite a bit easier for scheduling, for looking at schedules, looking at stats and stuff like that. So little prelude to that. So keep your eye on that. But other than that, I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful night, and we will see you very, very soon for some more Dakota Collegiate Rocket League action. Peace out.
Ski.
She found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, 'cause I keep getting high off